kindled within. Let the second rite begin.
Welcome to the Infernal Brotherhood's Willow series. Today we're going to answer the question, what are Druids? We'd like to invite you to subscribe to this channel for more Willow content and like and share the video. This information is taken from the Willow sourcebook. Druids were once learned priests and teachers. They were known as the Senkadi, which meant oak tree keepers in Old Cashmeran. They were peaceful nature worshippers that were sworn to pacifism and who wandered the land instructing children on the lore of the forest. They subsisted entirely on vegetables. Legends say the Senkadi were adept at nature magic, able to speak with animals, influence the growth of plants, and hibernate within the heart of an oak tree for years at a time. They would elect an archdruid or leader for a lifetime position. Centuries ago, after the passing of the Archdruid, a number of candidates rose for consideration, but all were executed by the candidate Brithemain, who, with a number of strong-armed allies, stole the election and declared himself the Archdruid. The next night, 9/10 of the Druids abandoned Brithemain and their instruction of the land, preferring isolation to working with the murderer. From time to time, strange robed figures would be seen in the forests, but for all intents and purposes, the Senkadi vanished that night. The Brithemain Druids, under Brithemain's leadership, resorted to human sacrifice. Brithemain knew little about lore or magic, excelling in ambition, so his goal was to focus on ceremonial ritual over studying and practicing magic. Each year at midsummer, the Druids would build massive wicker structures and burn them down with a dozen people trapped inside. The Druids would chant violently and loudly to drown out the victims' screams. It was tradition for Archdruids to appoint their own successors. Druids believed that the previous Archdruid's spirit would migrate to the new Archdruid, and their history would be expunged, so the Brithemain ostensibly ruled for centuries. They began only admitting males to their order as well, limiting their growth. The Druids turned from loving nature and learning to lusting for power. Felad, the tale-keeper of the Druids, committed an act of heresy and wrote down the midsummer rituals events when Bavmorda appeared to them. He was imprisoned beneath Knockmar Castle for the act. During one midsummer ritual, after the Druids lit the sacrifice, the Archmage began his chant of inviolation, which was echoed by the Druids to drown out the victims' screams. Suddenly, another terrible sound came from the clearing, and Brithemain was hurled into the burning fire by unseen hands. Bavmorda appeared in the clearing, declaring, "You are leaderless, and I shall see that you remain so, unless you acclaim me at once your leader." From that moment on, Druids served Bavmorda in Knockmar Castle, or operated as their spies across the land. They survived by quiet obedience, assisting the queen in spell preparation, ceremonial rituals, and practicing minor rituals themselves. It was their own clairvoyance ritual, performed incorrectly, that alerted Bavmorda to her dark fate through the prophecy. After Bavmorda's downfall, Druids would renounce their order or were killed by irate peasants. All that remains of their once proud culture are rune-embossed Druid stones, which are found in isolated spots in the kingdoms. The most prominent of these being the standing stones found east of the Nelwyn Valley. And that is all I have to say about Druids. Thank you for spending time with us. We'd like to invite you to subscribe to this channel, and feel free to click the like button and share the video. Until the Infernal Brotherhood convenes again, my fellow scruffy-looking Nerf herders, may the Force be with you.